The fluorescent light tube flickered on-off, its buzzing starting and stopping in response. The light's rapid changes mimicked my unsettled state of mind. The study kiosks in my college dorm, Whedon Hall, were a desolate place. The midnight basement air was crisp and damp. Final exams were always a slog, but second year was even more of a harsh crucible for me. Shortly after orientation week, I realized I chose the wrong program. Most of the required courses didn't resonate with me. I was adrift. And final exams seemed to mark the end of this misguided journey. I needed to take a break from the haphazardly stacked pile of study notes and textbooks that I awkwardly assembled. Nothing seemed to stick in my mind. I started thumbing through my university's academic calendar looking for some good news, any good news. I was hoping for a last-minute reprieve from the academic mess I now found myself in. I flipped through the pages with increasing speed. Relief was nowhere to be found. After arriving at the page detailing my program's minimum academic requirements, I audibly gasped. My stomach quickly dropped. Following tomorrow's exam, I was going to fail out of my program. After quickly coming to terms with this horrible news, trudging back to my dorm room felt like I was walking to my last fitful sleep before tomorrow's proverbial academic execution. It was always one of my fondest dreams to attend college. Growing up in a small blue-collar town, I felt like college life would be my first step to a boundless world that I knew was out there, but I had only experienced fragments, Technicolor movie scenes, and shiny magazine spreads. My adolescent eyes opened wide with expectations as I pressed my face against college brochures that were glossy in nature. I daydreamed about being on a beautiful leafy campus just like the lucky people pictured. I expected that I was going to be the fourth child of my family to reach the lofty goal of earning a post-secondary accreditation. My refugee parents would have been so proud. But the aftermath of tomorrow's failure was going to create the biggest obstacle I would ever face in my academic life. I was a failure. Expulsion from my program became real with a formal letter delivered later that summer. The harrowing blow left me in a bewildering haze the entire summer. I was perpetually despondent, spiraling ever inward. I withdrew from my girlfriend, quiet around my family. I couldn't talk to anyone. The weight of failure was unbearable. After the brunt of the shock dissipated, my mom approached me. She knew her emotionally wounded son needed time to heal. We found ourselves alone together in a car. I was in the back seat. She was in the front. She turned to me and gently asked me why I had failed. It wasn't an interrogation, just a simple inquiry to get me to talk. She wondered if college was just too hard for her baby boy, the child who had always worked so diligently back at home. My pent-up pain exploded outward. I wept uncontrollably. I just didn't have the heart to explain what really happened. The reason was laughable. After leaving my small hometown for college, meeting new people and having a good time were my primary goals. Studying wasn't a priority for a 19-year-old boy just trying to fit in. I let my mom down. I let my long-deceased dad down. And maybe most importantly, I let myself down. I was consumed by shame and embarrassment. The reason I include both a professional success biography and this adverse tale of academic misfortune is because they are intimately intertwined. The former would not exist without the latter. I am both the same scared mama's boy who was completely unsure of how he's going to pull himself up from this catastrophic academic failure, as well as the slightly less timid adult who earned a handful of graduate degrees from institutions around the world. The motto of this story is clear. If we are undisciplined and succumb to our basis habits, failure becomes inevitable. However, if we come to terms with our weaknesses, are courageous with our goals, and work to the best of our abilities, we can achieve our wildest dreams.